Morn and Boka the not so early for once lol.
I needed to sleep. I woke up at 11, but I'm gonna be honest, that wasn't enough sleep. Doing the almost 9-hour stream into work, almost 8-hour stream into work was not ideal. That was, I think, 24 hours of...
So for today reacts, Gavin Bob or something shorter?
Never getting me to react to one of the last two gaps. I told you that. It's gonna be bad, it's not gonna happen. I like happy endings. Okay, let's watch the first one. Self really wanted us to watch this one. We'll watch this. And then I have something I want to watch.
Disclaimer, if you know the 40k lore, this video will probably give you an aneurysm. Pimps, look at your peaches, now back at mine.
Something happens Cullet and Ari won't like, but Boka and the rest of chat will be cheering.
But if you stop playing Last of Us 1.5 and start playing Space Marine, you could be. Look down, back up, you're on the battlefield. A battlefield you could be on if you weren't crying and shaking at the absolute triumph that is Last of Us Part 2. You don't even know why you're here. All you know is that anything other than man is to be destroyed.
Destroyed!
Look left, look right,
Racist
now back at me. This is the gun you could have rattling your teeth and injecting you with testosterone if you weren't returnaling. You see this handheld cannon? You see that Space Marine? Neither do I. Look behind you, now back at me. Do yourself a favor, pimp. Grasp the chain sword. Feel the fuzz grow in. Feel your biceps grow larger. Feel the testosterone rush into your body. Bye, Space Marine. Do it. If not for yourself, for your lineage.
For your lineage.
Space Marine is much like myself, a little shorter than the average, but has enough enthusiasm to provide the experience of a game that is much longer. It's 7 hours of bloodshed.
Did he do these videos close together? Because he started them the same, which is pretty good. It's actually a pretty smart thing to do.
Shed, lead, and screaming. It's a game that is unrelenting in its focus on fun. The type of game that you could show to a friend and you wouldn't have to explain the deep and philosophical payoffs of some dick-shriveling story. You could just show them an orc being thrashed with a chainsword or a chaos marine getting pulverized through his bulky armor, and your friend would immediately knock you out, take the game, and start a high-speed chase on the way home to play it. And although I could keep going on this structureless rant of voices in my head,
they would not. I hope.
They're advising that I at least try to make my unbridled love of this game somewhat comprehensible. So let's roll it.
The Empire is actually just xenophobic. When it comes to race and gender, everyone is the same tier of disposable, so yay.
Let's get the story out of the way.
Understandable.
Essentially, the damn orcs, aka the greenskins, aka the British, had the bright idea to take a
I love it. AKA the British.
Shot at colonialism again and are invading a planet the Imperium has dedicated entirely to weapon manufacturing, aka a forge world. Some other Xenos do appear later, but listen, there's no need to dive deep on all of them because they all share the same problem.
Existence. And we are the cure.
But I'm getting ahead of myself. First, the less intense methods had to be suggested, like going full Gandhi and glassing the entire planet. However, we needed this planet, and we really hate Xenos. Hence,
the big boys are deployed. Also,
everyone is the same tier. Bokath 1 fire, foot tier. Until you can cook croissants, then you are awesome. Bokath 1 brune.
As it should be. I hope bagels are also included in that.
Admit that I don't know shit about 40k, but here is my brief summary from what I do understand. I hate the Xenos, I hate the heresy, I hate the orcs, I ain't racist, just don't like them. Alright, maybe just a little racist. Love me Emperor, love me duty, simple as...
If Satan ever declared war on the Emperor, then the Space Marines would be deployed to dispatch him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They were genetically born and bred to pull the trigger. And you know what? Let's just get to the gameplay. You get it. Space Marine is like the bastard son of Gears of War and God of War in terms of combat. You have the chonk, guns, God bless, and very occasional reliance on cover if you're a little bitch. But also the pure hitting shittery and circle takedowns from
you did it!
God of War. In fact, the takedowns in this game are almost as awesome as God of War. And I say almost because
My brother and the Emperor's PTSD keeps flaring up.
And he keeps taking 5 goddamn minutes to rearrange Orc's guts. And this isn't Hog or Saints Row where the AI declare peace for those 5 minutes. No, this is a man's game. This is Wog's legacy. You start a takedown and your Marine will finish that takedown, regardless of how many British people are stabbing you with bullets. And if this turns you away from doing takedowns, then I guess you'll just never become a man, because that is the only way to heal in this game. That's right, Space Marines heal by inflicting pain on others. They're the original Sigma males. So just don't feel bad about it, or
Where's their Chad jaw? Where is the Sigma jaw?
right? You just don't think about it. Just remember, son, the only good green skin is a dead one. And now that I've got you on homicide, I will admit that I lied. You also have Spartan Rage that regens your health, so there is that. Then you have the cross gene from both of these games, which is the gene that makes it better than TRT. The gene that, after playing this game for 15 minutes or more, chisels your jawline, straightens out your posture, buzzes your peaches, and shoots you up with enough jet to go fight an exotic animal. That rare, perfect hybrid found only in Vanquish and the Elantra. Jesus, I just need another.
Elantra? That's an old car.
Boka, don't play that game.
Don't play it.
Come on, I see another hit, man.
And now that you know the broad strokes, let's get to the plata y plomo. For starters, the chainsword is the best thing since the Emperor created the bolt gun. But before we talk about the chainswords, to whatever big brother the Ministry of Love sends to manually review this video, I love you, pimp. I love you strong. Please let me have this. This weapon doesn't have a bad takedown. They're all equally brutal and beautiful. If you say this weapon is bad, then you can go fuck yourself, because there is no such thing as a bad chainsword, just a bad owner. Speaking of bad things, you also have me mallet, aka the bonking stick. Usually we use this on Imperial Guardsmen when that Slanussy casts a spell on them, but in this case, we just use it to control the riots. Unfortunately, at the cost of 2 weapon slots though, which makes this weapon completely bunk, because then where would I put the heavy bolter? The heavy bolter, for those of you that don't know, is the ultimate man's weapon. The heavy bolter is like an LMG, except due to the fact that this isn't an online game, they can give it the RPM of an SMG without anyone pissing and crying their pants that it's OP. And if that's too many acronyms for you to understand, I get it. Here's a better explanation for you. This gun solves problems at a remarkable rate. Now, other than that, I do fully endorse the use of the Melta-gun. I do not understand how
obviously
this thing
you
cooks,
used the flamer and the heavy flamer and the mega
this really
flamer.
cool looking Chaos Marine, but then as soon
Maybe
as it
the
ended,
flame sword.
boom, 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 boom.
You just got fired, you bully McGuire looking bitch.
And for dessert, anytime you see one of these bad boys out there, don't even think twice. Pick this up and let it rip.
Fun fact, the game was online for a couple of years and the multiplayer was very good.
It's like firing a handheld cannon, and that's because that is exactly what this is, actually. And you may be wondering, Fleek, where does all the recoil go? Pimp, into their biceps that are the size of a human skull. I don't think I've felt a better gun in my life than Big Bertha here. Now there are other guns, but listen. If they were special, I would have told you about them.
You forgot the flamer!
I forgot about that one. That is a very good one. Until you launch all of your grenades at an enemy and then they charge right at you and they blow up in your face. But everything else, including that laser sniper, forget about it. And I know Badger likes the laser sniper. I've seen his video many times, but I'm lead gang for life, baby. Only time I wait for my gun is for marriage, God bless. Anyways, moving on, I want to take a moment to appreciate linear games. Instead of making an 8-hour game into a 45-hour one, as is the meta these days, Space Marine made a 20-hour game into an 8-hour one. This game is like one giant war-filled hallway. There's no helping some old lady find a pot, no finding someone's caged kid, or picking 20 flowers for someone's floral arrangement. This game starts,
is that like an electric axe?
You fully entrenched in hell. They even have infinite ammo turrets shooting at an infinite supply of orcs that are storming the trenches just so you feel the atmosphere of hell. Now, did I spend 10 minutes trying to kill all of these orcs before I realized it wasn't the objective? Yes. However, As I was saying, there are no side roads, no
Too long,
lollygagging.
didn't
You are
care.
sent here to purge the unclean, and the game doesn't want you to do anything but that. It doesn't even let you think about anything but that. Even the dialogue just talks about that. Man shit right there. And that's my other point. This game's dialogue goes hard. Now I'm guessing this takes place before Dawn of War 2, where they started yelling every line they had, because in this game, it's mostly just calmly dropping the hardest lines you've ever heard.
Sergeant, I see you found something to keep you busy.
Worry not, Captain. I've saved some orcs for you.
I'm not ashamed to say I got a half
Very
chub
metal.
when I heard
Do not give in to grief, Leopold. Turn your thoughts to vengeance, Nemeroth will pay in blood.
something about the one-liners in this game just feel invigorating. Now, the only con I have for this game is that there are 2 boss fights, and both of them are lame. The first boss has 2 moves: charge and melt your retinas. Then the second boss, and this is a spoiler coming, is a quick time event. What the hell are we doing here, Relic? More importantly, look at your peaches, then back at mine. Through the pure contact high, you've become more of a man. But now just think of what is possible.
I know how
you
old
shell out
this video is
$15
just
when
from
this game
that.
goes on sale so that you too can get blown up by bunk-ass 40k dogs with dynamite strapped to their back. And if you buy this game, Beth might just come back. Your dog might listen to you, and your boss might just give you that big raise. What? You don't like this game? What planet did you say you lived on? Oh, let me look that up. Interesting. Look at me. Look up.
I tried my best. Have fun in hell.
You would not nuke Earth. You would not.
And if Space Marine 2 doesn't have that slanussy,
Then buy the Emperor there next.
Oh, I hope it had to, Purple Lady. I'm not saying that. Alright. As always, Fleek has given us wonderful, wonderful video content.
Just wanna feel you.